guys, it's Wednesday, March 31st, the last day of March 2021. It's Wednesday. It's time for Free App Wednesdays, where I present to you guys every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday free apps, free music production apps and plugins to help you with your music production endeavors and adventures. So, real quick, guys, in the link, I have a link in the description for a playlist for like all of the live streams I've done so far this year dealing with free apps, and that's there. Also check out my video series on PC specs and how it pertains to music production. It's 6 parts. The link is in the description for that playlist. Pay attention to the date. Watch the 2021 version. It's an updated version. So let's get into it. The free app for this Wednesday, March 31st, it's from a company called TB Pro Audio, and it is called Isolate. So it looks like this. And first of all, the interface is resizable. Let's grab the right thing. It is resizable. So, what this is doing, before I go through the interface, is it's a monitoring plugin. It's more of a utility. So it allows you to monitor whatever you're running through it. It could be a single sound source. It could be a bus. It could be your master bus. I'll talk about how I use this personally a little bit later. But it allows you to kind of separate, basically it's a filter. So it has filter separation, I guess. So it can separate your audio into different frequencies, and also different stereo monitoring modes are there. So I'll show you the basic layout and then kind of go into some examples of, what would be a good way to use this. Hold on for a second. Let me turn on my camera. Where is it? There we go. There I go, in the corner. All right, so what do we have here? We have, all right, there's a menu here. We got info about, you can open the owner's manual here, so you can read about what you're not clear about as far as functionality, knobs, buttons, things of that nature. Check for version, and you got all these options here. All right, so up top here, we have the band ranges. So this would be your low frequency, this would be your low mid, high mid, and your highs. And you can actually change the crossover frequency. All right, there's a bypass here to bypass the entire plugin. And then up top, these red buttons, we have all mutes and then all solos. So you can mute the low, low mid, mid, high mid, and the high frequency range. All right, so you have 5 bands that you can focus in on. Down here we have channel mode. So you can change your channel mode from stereo, left, right, and then you can do mid sum or side difference. So you can be just focusing on the mid, which is also called sum, or the side. And then there's multi-channel. So if you notice down here, it has for each band range, you can now route this out to different channels. So you can send this out to 5 different channels if you want, for even more control over every frequency range, right? So let's switch this back to channel mode stereo. Down here we have your monitoring, and you can monitor left, you can monitor the right, you can monitor the mid or the sides. There's a filter slope right here. They have 24 dB per octave, and they have 48 dB per octave. Output, there is a dim knob, and this number is basically how much it's dimming by. So you can change that if you want to change the dim amount, the preset and the pre-designated dim amount. So that's pretty much it for the layout. So how and why would you use this? Besides just the monitoring aspect of it, the way I use it is that I use it on my master chain. Now, of course, you could, well, not even my master chain. I actually use it while I'm mastering, but it's not on my master chain. And I don't do it all the time, but we'll go into that a little bit later. But the main point of this plugin is to monitor. You can try to use it creatively to create like some weird stereo effect. But ultimately, the way I use it is I would in my master project, so I have my master set up. So the track is there, the track is going to the master bus. On my master bus, I have my master chain. It's a bunch of plugins, probably like 8 or 9 plugins. And then I will set up another bus, which I'm gonna use as a send. Then I would send my main channel that my master wave file is on to that send channel. On the send channel, I'll first put isolate, and then I will switch it to mid-side mode, and I'll monitor only the mid. And then from there, I will make sure that I set the crossover frequency. So I'm monitoring only the mid, and I'm monitoring only the low frequency of the mid. So now I have focused on I'm focused on just the low frequency, and in the mid of the stereo field. So not the mid frequency wise, the mid of the stereo field. So we have that focused low end and the mid isolated. So now I can process that. So I'll put some kind of saturator on it and maybe a compressor and play with the compressor settings. Something that's going to give me some character and give me a little bit more energy out of the low end. So now I have that channel processed separately, which is just the mid of the stereo field, and it's just that low end frequency that you're hearing. So it gives the master more body. And then the cool thing about it is I have a lot of control, because now I did set it up as a send. So now I can control how much of the main mix that I'm sending to it to now add it to the overall master that's going to the master chain on the master bus. So it just gives you a way to kind of break up the stereo field, I guess, when I'm mastering, and have a little bit more control over processing the stereo field separately on its own channel within the master session, and play with it that way and see how it helps the mix. I don't always do it, but sometimes I need it, and it just kind of adds a little bit more warmth and a lot more body, because you're just really adding more to the low end and doing some low end processing separate for just the mids, the mid of the stereo field. So that's how I use it. So hopefully that kind of inspires somebody. You can use it a different way. You can use it for the highs or the mids, but basically you can separate the different frequencies, and not only just the frequency, but you're separating where you're hearing the frequency in the spectrum, the stereo field, and whether mids or sides, and you can then process it separately. And if you do it as a send, you can mix it in, mix in a little, mix in a lot, but mix it into taste and see how it helps your master. You could also do it when you're mixing also. So that's it for the video, guys. Hopefully that helped. The link is in the description, of course, and check out those other links that I mentioned earlier. So thanks for watching, and as always, you'll see me in the next video.